Alright, and welcome back, guys. This is going to be kind of an update video on the nuclear sail bug ban glitch issue. As I said in the last video, I'm going to try to keep you guys as up to date on this entire issue as I can. In this video specifically, we're going to talk about if the issue's been fixed, what necessarily are the steps and things we can kind of see happening in the future, and kind of all the responses that Treyarchs given us up to this point. But before we go into the video, if you have any information you want to add to this, if you've been banned and you kind of want to share all the scenarios that happened to you when you got banned, I have a Twitter post that I posted linked below, and I've had everyone kind of respond to all the scenarios happening to them when they got banned, so we can see if there's any correlation, and so we can also see just how widespread this issue is. We've also made a channel in our Discord that's linked below, kind of talking about any information that you guys want to bring up to there if you have any additional stuff to add to this. I do want to say thank you to anyone who's messaged me on Twitter or Discord about information of them being banned. Unfortunately, I have not been able to read them all because I've probably gotten 150 messages on Discord and probably another 50 or so on Twitter at this point. I would like to sit and read and respond to all of them. Unfortunately, I'm just getting them quicker than I can even sit and respond to them. But I do appreciate anyone who's taken the time to message me about it. So in the first segment, we're going to talk about if this bug has actually been fixed. So on Friday, we received a brand new update to this game. However, if you look through all of the patch notes, nothing was stated about this issue whatsoever. Since then, I have been looking, trying to find anywhere of any reported cases of someone getting this ban bug issue, but I have yet to find a single reported case of anyone getting banned by this bug after that update has occurred. None of the people who have messaged me, tweeted at me at Twitter, any of that stuff, none of them have been banned after this update has taken place. So it does seem like there's a very high probability this has been fixed with this last update. However, with no official word from Treyarch, this really doesn't mean that it's 100% fixed. The reason that we might not be getting any more cases is that everyone on PC is just too scared to actually play the game. I myself, however, do feel comfortable playing it this time. I myself am going to continue playing. Nothing's going to stop me from grinding, double XP or anything like that. But just keep in mind, it has not been 100% confirmed if this has actually been fully patched. All right, now moving into the second part of this video, this is what Treyarch's response has been up until this point. Right now, they are still fully standing behind the fact that no one who has been banned has been incorrectly banned. That all bans up to this point have been thoroughly checked, and every account that has been banned was completely meant for it to be banned. That being said, though, I don't think that's true. If we go back and look at past examples, this would not be the first time that accounts have been banned falsely from Activision. Back in World War II, accounts with high score per minute were being banned by an automatic system that thought they were cheating. And when people first started reporting on this issue, Activision's response was still the exact same that it is now. They were saying that all bans were made were completely justified and fully reviewed. Even Michael Condria at the time, who's the community manager for Sledgehammer, was responding to people saying that these bans were legitimate. And this went on for about a day, and it seemed like nothing was going to be done about this issue, that all the people banned were going to stay banned until FaZe Jev ended up getting banned himself. And honestly, if Jev had never been banned, I don't know if this situation would have ever been resolved. So with that being stated, false ban issues have happened before in COD, and they're more than likely probably going to happen again. And with this whole lack of communication stance that we're seeing from Treyarch, it is completely impossible to tell whether someone was banned for legit or completely illegitimate reason. Now let's bring up some counter arguments that I hear about people trying to state that these bans are legitimate. I see a lot of people saying that these accounts that are being banned are accounts that did God mode glitches, ray gun duplication glitches, and other stuff like that. However, if you look at all of the accounts getting banned, it is 99.9% of them being PC players. And obviously, it's not just PC players that do God mode glitches and other glitches and zombies. So if this was them taking a stance and banning people doing God mode glitches and other zombie glitches, it would be more spread out and it wouldn't be mainly focused on PC players. Now, another argument I've heard a lot of people say is that these are people just complaining about getting banned after they cheated, which is something we do see people doing every single year. Every single Call of Duty that's ever existed, there's been someone trying to say that, hey, I was banned for illegitimate reasons, when actually they were actually cheating in some way. But that whole theory doesn't make a lot of sense to me either. If you look at all the reported cases of people getting this error and getting banned, 100% of the cases are people playing zombies, which would mean that everyone cheating in Cold War is specifically playing zombies. I feel like most of the people who download and use cheats use it in PvP modes instead of PvE modes. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me that everyone's downloading all of these cheats to go cheat in zombies instead of cheat in multiplayer. Because out of all of the messages I've read and everything I've seen, I haven't seen a single report of anyone getting banned in multiplayer yet. I'm sure people have been banned from playing multiplayer, but I think the people who have been banned from playing multiplayer most likely actually did cheat, so they're not out here reporting that they've been falsely banned. And also, if we look at the types of accounts that have been getting banned, we're looking at different types of world record holders, speedrunners, and people who have been playing zombies for many, many years now legitimately. And I just find it really hard to believe that all of these people were like, you know what? This is the year. We're just going to cheat this year. That's what's going to happen, and that's what we're going to do. I mean, people have even made new accounts, opened up Task Manager, had all of their tasks running on the computer, showing on screen while they were playing the game. And accounts that have been doing this have actually managed to get banned as well. Another thing that I find really odd about this situation is we went from getting hundreds of bans a day to all of a sudden getting an update and no new bans. Without any explanation of what's going on, it looks like tons of accounts were getting banned from a bug. They all of a sudden fix that bug and no new players are getting banned. But without any word from Treyarch, we have no idea what's going on. So with all the scenarios that are happening, all of the kind of elements that are piecing together with this, I find it very, very hard to believe that there aren't actual legitimate accounts getting banned from this issue. Although something I feel like I need to point out is I myself have been trying to replicate this bug. If you guys have watched my streams recently, I've been on my main account going to high rounds, seeing if I can personally replicate this bug. I got to around 53 on FIREBASE-Z, I got disconnected, didn't get banned. Then I went on D Machine, got to 83, once again, got disconnected, didn't get banned. Then I went back on D Machine one more time, got to around 135 X-filled, and my account still has not been banned from doing all of this. But just because I personally wasn't able to replicate this doesn't mean that it's not happening. I could have just been really lucky, or maybe my playstyle just doesn't lend to the things that kind of makes this happen. Maybe you got to be using certain field upgrades or do certain different things around the maps to trigger this, and the way I was playing just personally didn't affect this. There could honestly be millions of different factors to take into effect that actually fully makes this thing happen. But now we're going to move on to the third segment of this video. We're going to talk about what happens next. I've heard lots of people talking about a class action lawsuit against Activision, but I find anything like that actually being successful in any manner very, very unlikely. This right here is stated in the EULA that everyone has to accept before they're even allowed to play Cold War. Activision may suspend, terminate, modify, or delete any account at any time for any reason or for no reason, with or without notice to you, to the fullest extent permissible by law, for purposes of explanation and not limitation. Many account suspensions, terminations, and or deletions may be the result of violations in this agreement. So essentially, by accepting this EULA, you are agreeing to that Activision at any single point in time can ban you for any reason they want, even if it doesn't break anything in the EULA, basically giving them the right to ban any legitimate player at any time. Now, by saying that, I don't think this is right, and I'm not trying to defend this in any way. I'm just trying to point out the fact that I think any sort of class action lawsuit probably won't go that far. Then again, I'm not a lawyer, so I could be completely wrong on all of it. But that still leaves us with the question of what happens now. And I think this is the most upsetting part of this, is we really don't know. I mean, a few different things could happen from this point. Honestly, from this point on, it could just be business as usual, and they're gonna act like nothing ever happened for the rest of this game's life cycle. And if we go down that route, that's gonna be the end of it here. Everyone who's banned, just banned. Although I really hope we get some more information kind of shedding light on exactly what's going on, and hopefully that will kind of change the course of all of these events that have already happened. Now let's take a second and pretend like every single ban was completely legitimate and everyone who got banned was cheating. I still feel like in that case, Activision is still completely in the wrong here. The lack of communication we have gotten from Treyarch gives legitimate players a zero chance of any sort of appeal. And as stated earlier in this video, people have been falsely banned in CODs before. So it wouldn't be hard to believe that legitimate players are being banned now. And this whole ordeal with the lack of communication have left actual legitimate players extremely scared to even log in and play zombies. And when you as a game developer have made a situation where people who have spent $60+ on a game are scared to play the game the way it was intended, a fear of being banned, you have definitely handled the situation wrong. So to wrap this whole thing up, I still feel like legitimate players have been banned in this situation, and we are completely in the dark if anything will ever be done about this. But as always, if I get more information, I will keep you guys up to date. Make sure to check the Twitter link posted below if you have any additional information to add, and definitely join the Discord and look for the ban bug info channel if you have anything to add on this situation. With that being said, I'm gonna leave you guys here. Peace.